welcome back to Genre of Your Life podcast, episode 7. And today you have two movie bros back at it again. Just me and Joel on this nice episode. We got a lot to talk about. We got some AMC news. We got my Ant-Man review coming out. We got a lot of things to talk about. But first, Joel, my friend, how are you today?
I'm good. A lot better than last week. We're doing the show a tiny bit, a few days late.
It was late.
But overall, I'm okay.
I
Besides
feel
the
that.
constant existential, oh my God, what am I gonna do with my life type of thing, I'm doing okay. Silently destroying myself mentally, but I'm okay.
And that is like hashtag, well, not hashtag, retweet, because dude, yeah, like, it's so like relatable in so many ways.
Dude,
Um,
everyone's going through it at this point, so it's
Everyone's going through it.
understandable.
It's like the weird like New Year's blues, like the New Year. Still, we're still like what's like a month of New Year, and it's still like we're already going through some shit already. It's already only February of the New Year.
Right?
um,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
but anyway, guys. First off, thanks for joining us. Huge help for us if you could subscribe to us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Amazon Music. That helps the show greatly. Spread the word about us. Tag us on Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn at Midway Avenue Productions. Like I said, if you can like rate, subscribe to us on on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon, or wherever you listen to us on, that'd be super helpful for us. And I appreciate that a lot. Also, social media. Instagram. We're trying to get the Instagram going. I've been doing a lot more TikToks, as you might have seen on both TikTok and on Instagram. So go over to TikTok and Instagram as well. Midway Avenue Productions. Follow us there. I've been posting almost daily now on TikTok. I have a lot of help from
Yeah, all
Zeta
your
for
video reviews.
all my video reviews is up there for now, and I'm doing like kind of like updates of like movie news, and I had one that was pretty cool. It wasn't a paid sponsor, it wasn't like a was it a partnership? It was just me. Hey, there's a screening of Creed 3 for the public. You should go see it. So I'm going to one of those. I want to say March 1st in IMAX. So if you're in the AZ area, I'll be there March 1st. Harkins AZ Mills IMAX. But yeah, follow us on all the socials. That helps the show out. Helps us the show out a lot too, which is super helpful. But a lot to talk about. First, Joe, I want to hear. This is something that I think you and I can like. If we were growing up on this right now, it would be kind of like silly. So I remember the news. AMC has this new thing now. They're gonna charge you more for certain seats and charge you less for seats
Oh
in the front.
yeah, I saw that meme. I believe I sent you a meme.
Yeah, you
I
did.
think so. Yeah, the meme of of the
The
dude
front row.
from Sopranos in the front row just looking up and watching it. Yeah, no, I definitely sent that meme. Yeah, that's dumb and fuck them. That's some bullshit. You know what I mean? I'd rather go to tiny theaters then. You know what I mean? The
100%.
theaters, the local theaters, because there are a lot of local theaters. People forget that there's other theaters. Just AMC is the big one. I think AMC is going to be losing business, except for the people that don't really give a shit about money.
Right.
The people that make money and they're just like whatever. Um, which is it's I can understand why they're doing it at this time, but it's like also at the same time it's like the, the problem with a lot of businesses nowadays is that they don't really give a shit about the customer. Price
No.
wise, everything is very expensive. And I'm not even talking about inflation. I'm talking about just the businesses that do the unnecessary extra shit. And I can understand why AMC did because they lost a lot of money during COVID. So I
A
can understand
lot
them
of money.
trying to get it back, but and like right now, people are still in the mindset of I could stream it at home. And
Yep.
it doesn't help that HBO Max is pulling out banger after banger, bro. Like with The Last of Us and shit like
Yep.
that. You know what I mean? Like AMC and Amazon's doing good. A lot of people surprisingly don't like anime. A lot of people don't, but a lot of people surprisingly don't like Amazon shows. But Amazon's doing pretty well as well, even
Yeah.
with movies.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. And look at their movie coming out with about the Michael Jordan shoes, about how Nike got Michael Jordan to do Air Jordans. Their Amazon is doing a full on theatrical release, which I support Amazon 100%. Like, hey, you have Ben Affleck directing, you got Matt Damon, you got Marlon Wayans, you got Chris Tucker coming back, which is awesome. You got Viola Davis in it as well. You have this great cast with Ben Affleck directing. and giving a full theatrical release. That's awesome. I salute them for that, because again, it's like they're actually trying to like step out of like the normal streaming, like 1 week, 1 week only in theaters. They're doing an actual like full on like full production, full on theatrical release, which is again awesome on Amazon's part. Can't wait to see the movie called Air. But you're right. It's
Yeah.
no,
So
there are
like,
other places.
but at a certain time, like you gotta think about like instead of just thinking about how can we make more money, and like upping prices shit up, you gotta think about what's going to bring people to the movies more than usual, which is lowering your prices. Because in Chicago, one ticket is like 20 something bucks, bro.
Yep.
At this
L.A., New
point,
York.
I'm in
Yep.
Texas, bro. One ticket's like 10
Yeah. That's
minus the tax. After tax, it's probably like $12, but that's a lot better than what we got in Chicago for a
yeah.
long
It's
time.
similar here in AZ. Same thing. It's like $8 to $10. I remember when you first came out here for a movie, you're like,
Man,
damn,
remember back in
$6.
our day when movie tickets were only like $8?
I know, man. That summer of 2012, or I just remember like us in
Oh
high school, like it was like
man,
cheaper, and then like I remember like when we got older, we were seeing an increase, an increase, an increase, and it was I remember like
it
when we
just
saw
kept going
it
higher,
going
and it's
up.
like, bruh. Oh, thank God for your fucking pre-screening tickets.
I know.
Also, if you're a movie fan and you hear us talk about pre-screening, I think we've explained this before, but if you're skipping episodes, understandable. So pre-screening is when I don't even know, like a company or group of people, whatever, or the
Studio.
production itself, the studio itself, wants to promote, get people to see it, also do like surveys after. Some do, not all. But also like, also for the movie critics that go, you're wondering how they get these tickets and see it before movies are out. It's called a pre-screening. Now, fair warning, before you get into it, be like, I'm gonna go see this movie, is first come, first serve, because it is a free movie, and a lot of people, more than the people that will be able to get in, will be able to get these tickets. So you have to show up early, because if you show up late, like me and Doug have not seen a few movies during pre-screenings, and like and there's also been a lot of close calls. That wasn't really our fault. That was a lot of our friends. But, not gonna talk about that.
You're not wrong.
I was always fucking early, man. I was always
Always.
early. Anyways, uh, show up early. And like don't think like, oh, 30 minutes is good enough. 30 minutes is like cutting it
No,
close. Like you
way
gotta show up
close.
an hour. There's people that show up like 2 hours before, and I know that because I've showed up 2 hours before and I was still like 10 people behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're in a really big city, I feel like it's more of a concern to show up early. I don't know how smaller places do it. Like I don't know how Houston will do and like everything, because I haven't been to a pre-screening here, and I probably won't by the time I leave. But definitely get there early. But yeah, pre-screens are just free movies, free tickets that you can sign up to try to get online, where where you can bring like one extra person, sometimes two, sometimes you can bring two extra
If you're
people.
lucky.
If you're lucky, there's not a lot. You sometimes have to use a different email to get an extra ticket or some shit like that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're online. You can find the websites. I don't personally know them, so I'm not gonna try to say them. But just like try to find them online. Pre-screen tickets, show up early. They're great fucking things because you can see a lot of movies early. Me and Doug's, we one of the biggest. I honestly the biggest one we've seen. To me, I feel like together. I know you probably seen bigger, but the biggest one we went to go see was definitely Straight Outta Compton together.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good
The
one.
dopest one I saw though, there's two that were so dope to go see, and I took one the which was Aquaman and Godzilla, and that was
An
at
IMAX.
IMAX in Navy
Yeah.
Pier with the biggest IMAX screen. Sadly, it's gone. Sadly, it's
I
gone.
know. That breaks my heart that it's gone too. Yeah,
It
dude, the
breaks
Straight Outta
my
Compton
heart
one.
because Dude, it felt like a fucking SeaWorld like auditorium show. Like it was dope. Yeah. Never
That's
been to
pretty good. No,
SeaWorld
it's
by the
pretty
way,
spot
and I
on.
don't support those places, but the auditorium,
No.
like the way it was set up, like auditorium, like if you've ever seen videos, blah blah blah. Anyways, more comfy though. I took my mom for Aquaman, and I took my nephew Amani to go see Godzilla, which by the way was really dope to go to because we met people that have gone to like and like or gigantic fans of like Godzilla series and like have seen like some of the originals and like they're like bro like the way they talk was so dope. But yeah, pre-screens dope. Check them out. Free
They're
tickets. Get there
fun.
early. They're great. They're
Yeah,
great fun.
they're a lot of fun, and like his Joel's point, yeah, if you can like again, I know like I get them through people I network with at through online social media. I know people at some of the so again, if you're listening to us, the key about pre-screenings is find like a local news outlet or local sports or local I'm sorry a radio outlet because they're always like, hey, we have a free screening, look online, or I recommend looking up, hey, like the film community in your area. A lot of the people give out free screening. I know in Arizona there's a lot of like film communities out here that give out, hey, we have a screening on next week for this movie, like check it out our website, and it gains traction for their website, but also gets you a ticket to go see a movie early, a week early, 2 weeks early, or even a month early. You never know. And you also never know too. You might be in the theater one day, seeing I don't know, seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp, whatever, you're seeing another movie, and you might go, hey, we have a screening next week. It's an unreleased movie. It's TBD. We can't tell you what it is, and that's called a test screening. Those are really cool too. But yeah, you might be approached by like a rep at a movie theater when you're going one day. But also really fun too. But yeah, if you can find out outlets, whatever, for a pre-screening, it's fun. Those are fun, man. Again, you see the movie early, see it for free. The crowd is very into it too because these movies are the screens are mostly for fans and some critics as well. You go to a press screening, those are for critics. But if you go to a fan screening, it was a lot of fun because the energy in those screenings are a lot of fun. It's very like high energy. But you're right, Joe. It is a lot of fun to go to those. And but again, back to your point though, yeah, I mean, if you go to free screening, you're avoiding the AMC problem. But Elijah Wood, the star of the Lord of the Rings, he had a great thing on his Twitter. He said, "Hey, listen, the movie theater's always been like a sacred place for everyone, for all and everybody, and AMC basically is now again." As someone who grew up on AMC theaters, you and I both did, man. Like our childhood was on AMC movies, either AMC Lowe's or AMC River East 21, Chicago. AMC has been a big part of my childhood, so was Joel's. Growing up in movies, big movie nerds that we are. But I do feel like, and to your point too, Joe, yeah, they had a loss during the pandemic. A lot of theaters were had closed down. A lot of theaters didn't bounce back, unfortunately. ArcLight closed down. Like a few places also closed down and across the country. Look at Regal. Regal's closing. They filed for bankruptcy again. They're closing down a lot of operations too. But with AMC, I feel like you're definitely now like again, this is someone who I thought assigned seating was so stupid back then, but now I'm kind of like pro assigned seating because it kind of makes sense. But now, um, but now you're right. It's what Elijah Wood said. Other people are saying it's like you're basically rewarding people who have higher incomes to get the quote unquote better seats, and then you're rewarding now for, hey, like you're kind of you're rewarding people who can't afford to go on time to the show, or who are going to be kind of like or be late, whatever, or again lower income. So again, I don't see this AMC thing happening. I don't see this AMC, I don't see this AMC I'm gonna say like thing staying for a while. I feel like it's gonna be like they're gonna try it out. It's not gonna work. I mean, again, you have a lot of movies coming out this year with Ant-Man and Scream and Creed, whatever. But we'll see. But I think it's kind of silly going again as someone again who is an avid movie person. Again, I do love AMC. I do have I do a lot of love for that theater chain, but I just don't see it really kind of like sticking with this new plan. But again, I could be wrong. It could go on for a while. But also again, another thing too is that listen, if you're going to see a movie in AMC IMAX or AMC 40X or 3D or Dolby, whatever, those are already a big premium to go see those movies as it is. IMAX is more expensive, so is Dolby, so is 40X, whatever, or 3D. So basically, they're going to be charging a fee on top of those premium fees as well, which is kind of mean. Like, yeah, I love going to IMAX, but I wouldn't pay X, Y, and Z more to sit in this spot at IMAX because now I'm paying what almost $40 a ticket. Like to me, it's kind of to me, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I love IMAX. I love Dolby. I love seeing all those premium formats. But you're just now you're making it hard for the movie going crowd to come back to theaters. And like you and I both talked about too, people have not come back to the theaters yet. 100%. Like they have not like come back to the theaters. And I'm hoping that this isn't kind of like scare off audiences because um
Oh
scare off
god.
audiences because again we're still in the quote unquote pandemic era, so i I think theaters want to get every way. I think theaters should want to have any kind of possible like um possible way to get back to get audiences back into the back into the theaters and not shy them away or charge them more. And to your point, Joe, you're right. Aim movie theater audiences are the key to keeping theaters, still in business, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. Also, sorry, I got disconnected. What,
You're
30
good. You're
times at
good.
this point? Like
You're good.
it's aggravating. And it's like, dude, I'm just sitting here and my thing's like disconnected. I was like, why the fuck you got? Oh, my fucking shit's disconnected. Anyways,
You're good. You're good, man.
God damn
Don't worry
it.
about it.
So anyways, uh yeah, it's I agree because it's at this point a lot of people are just trying to be like fuck movie theaters, let's just stream
Streaming.
and try and get
Yep.
everyone else to hop on that board, especially the streaming companies.
Yeah.
Which really like I don't like. I love the theaters. Like the theaters, oh man, like when I went to go see The Whale, I was just so entranced in it because I was just like, I miss it. Theaters are so great. Theaters are so great, especially when people don't bring their kids. They're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Don't bring
It
your
makes it a
kids
bit
to the
better.
movie. Like little kid movies, dope. But like if you got bait, anyway, I've talked about this. So we're not gonna go on this. Anyways, if it just movie theaters are so amazing because they're a great atmosphere when your audience, team or audience, the other audience goers, we'll say that other audience goers are in tune to the movie and giving their privacy or fucking quietly, There's always those people
Yeah, yeah.
in the back. Um, just like because the movie theaters are such a great atmosphere. It's overall just amazing because you can honestly meet people, and if you go to the same movie theaters all the time, you might just run into those people and become
Yeah.
like sort of like movie friends, and like they're great people to talk to because they give you insights that you never knew about for some of the movies that you really love or a movie you've never seen before, and it's really cool. I love the movie theaters. The movie theaters is such great fun. It is just it's just so amazing. And I'm pretty sure I talked about this when we went to go see A Quiet Place. Everyone was holding their breath and staying quiet, especially when the monster came, like couldn't make a noise. Like it was so quiet, it was great. Like I love that shit. Like the movie theaters is so great, especially when there is a full theater of movie lovers who know how to who know the etiquette of movie theaters. It's just great fun. Like I get it. You want there's homebodies. Like I'm a homebody. Like fuck it. Let me watch a movie, get some snacks, a drink, maybe water. Not everyone, whatever, and just enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
Like just enjoy whatever. I'm home, but let me cuddle with my girl, my PJs in my bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, or man, or your partner, because whatever. I'm not, whatever anyone does, whatever anyone has. It's great.
Yeah.
It's comfy. It's nice. Whatever. You don't gotta go out, but movie theaters is worth it a lot of times because it brings a new experience that you cannot get at home. It's really great. I enjoy. I'm not gonna say all my movie experiences, but I enjoy a lot. I have great memories of a lot of my movie theater experiences.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to ask you this question, T. Do you this is kind of like, I've been hearing this a lot, the past week, listen to other podcasts and other shows, that my fear is like, look at Regal. Regal right now is closing a lot of shops. And, I didn't go to much Regals growing up, but I have one near me,
I
in
did.
Arizona yeah, one by your old, again, the one you went to. Um, and there's one I go to a lot here in AZ. I love, but when I go there, no one ever shows up, which kind of makes me sad. And if you're in the AZ area, Regal Gilbert, Stadium 14, it's in downtown Gilbert, great
It's because,
location.
again, it's because of what happens to a lot of smaller
Right.
like companies. Regal was probably big when we were growing up, and then
Oh, huge.
AMC came out and got huge.
Hmm.
A lot of movie theaters I went growing up was Regal, especially Regal, because there was one by my neighborhood, the one we always used to go to, uh, which was great fun. It was really cool. Regal is a great movie theater company. You're not gonna get the same shit that you got from AMC. Understandable, because it's not as big as it used to be. But Regal's a really great theater, and I think maybe a little bit cheaper, right? If you want to do something like that, help them out to not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Yeah, I wish we
Not
had sponsored. Like,
sponsored.
hey,
I wish,
sponsored
bro.
by. Yeah.
Bro, I would be so proud. Anyways,
I know,
what I'm
right?
saying? There's a
I
lot of things
wish,
I'd
man.
be so proud to be sponsored by. One day, man. One
One
day,
day, one day,
we're
one
gonna
day.
say Regal. We're gonna become the new
We're
source
gonna be,
of Regal.
we're gonna be talking at a Regal before a movie shows up on the big screen. Like, hey, movie fans, like those kind of like
Yeah.
people.
Remember the rules.
Yeah. Did you know this is coming out? We're gonna be those guys. Hopefully, again, if Regal, if you're listening, will sponsor us, man. We got you. We're big Regal supporters, and we'll definitely like we'll have your back.
Right,
um,
exactly. But
but
yeah, no, they're it's a great movie theater because a lot of them still have their like arcade area, you know what I
yeah,
mean? With like the tiny games, and they're so dope. And it's like so fun. Like if you want to play an arcade game before your movie or whatever, if you get there early, you got time to kill, like Regal's a great place to like kill some time. Get your movie ticket, fucking chill in the arcade place. And then their snacks are pretty good. You don't have the variety that you have at AMC, because AMC like cooks like full on fucking food.
yeah.
But like every movie.
Oop, I think we lost. We might have lost. Oh, it's the
Motherfucker. Oh
the
my
joy.
goodness.
I was like,
Oh.
I was so into your comment. I was like, is he gonna finish? And then I heard. So, guys, again,
Yeah.
the problem
I
production
got
of the podcast,
disconnected.
guys. It's doing a remote podcast. It's fun, but we got technical aspects that isn't fun. So again, bear with
Yeah,
us as we're.
Discord has been an asshole recently. I've been getting disconnected a lot. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It's a great place. You don't have the variety that you have on AMC. AMC is listening and paying Discord out the ass to kick us off, to stop us from saying shit.
AMC says, you said you're a fan of us, but do we believe you? No.
Do we
Again,
believe
AMC,
you?
we are a fan
Trying
of
to
you. We are a
support
fan of
our
you. Trust us.
contests competitors. Anyways, Regal's a great movie theater. You don't have the variety food, but you do have pretty good stuff like snacks, candy, soda, popcorn, ice, slushies, obviously. The basics, and they might have, I don't know, maybe hot dogs. I haven't been to a Regal in a bit, and over a year at this point, because your boy, broke.
I went to
Uh,
I went to a Regal recently. Looking at the one, there's only one in Arizona. And it's very hidden in the downtown Gilbert. But I love going there because it's very like no one, not people go there, which is kind of like very quiet. But I love going there because my parents like getting their little Coke icy. They get their little like, Coca-Cola icy they only have at Regal and nearby.
Coca-Cola icy, bro.
Yeah,
Burger
man, they
King
love
stopped
that.
doing that, didn't they? Or they still do that, right?
They have the one by me still, which is not by me, but by my parents in Gilbert, which is nice. But I I wish, but I've been there a lot, recently going to the movies there to support them, and they're always very sweet. Always, everyone there is always nice, and again,
The
very hidden
workers are
location,
very, very genuine. The workers
very
at
genuine.
Regal are
Yeah.
pretty good. They're really cool. Uh,
Um, but do you think
yeah.
I'm asking this. Do you think? Okay, right now we have. Okay, let's just lay it out now. We have AMC, we have Regal, we have. I don't know about you in Texas, but I know out here we have Harkins, we have one Cinemark too. We have one Cinemark, we have AMC and Harkins. Harkins kind of leading one, and one Regal. Okay, hypothetically speaking, Joe, if this AMC thing works or like they see results, do you think other theaters will do the same thing?
Depending on the also, I do have a Cinemark. We do have Regal. We
Yeah.
also have a thing called Movie Tavern, Showbiz Cinema. We have that as well.
Okay.
Cinemark is a lot more like smaller movie person theaters,
Yeah.
probably. More local. Anyways, I do, yeah. So not all of them, but quite a few of them. If all of them start getting results from it, then every single one, every theater will probably do it. Yeah. But every theater, what was that one theater we never really went? I think you went to, but I never did. In back in Chicago, that really expensive one. Yeah.
Was it where we saw Central Intelligence Icon?
No, the one by the Ogden branch, the one, the fucking weird building.
I think.
The really expensive one. You sent an application for me for
Oh,
there.
yes. Well, no, they closed down because of COVID.
Yeah,
ArcLight, they closed down.
ArcLight,
They're
dude.
closed. They're
Yeah,
closed.
but
They're gone.
remember how expensive that was? I'm pretty sure
So
you
expensive.
said they did the same thing.
Yeah, they were doing that, and also they had a stricter policy when like once the trailers start, you're not allowed in. And I was like, I get that to a degree, I really do. But what if you're parked in the car or you're like, I'm getting a drink, whatever? You're not. They were very strict on, hey, you can't come in when trailers start. It is what it is. That's our policy, and I get that. I do.
That's dumb, like, because the trailers that people are like running late, you know what I mean? It's like, oh God, we're late. We got 20 minutes of trailers. We're good. It's only gonna take us 10 minutes to get there. We'll still finish the trailers. Like everyone knows
Yeah,
that rule. It's fucking
it's
stupid.
the
I feel like we've had this conversation when we learned about this.
no, we had, and to your point, too, I went there twice. I went there once with no, one Chicago, I went there once with my dad, and once again with a friend of mine, and a friend of ours, and I go in there and I'm like, I have two for I don't know what movie we saw, whatever, and it was like, yeah, $23, $24, and I was like, what for two tickets?
Jesus.
I know AMC was bad, but I was like, AMC was like more expensive, but I was like, well, at the time that was more expensive, and I was like, what AMC is actually cheaper than this. And yeah, ArcLight was like a lot of money, and I was like, yeah, this is a lot. And then I remember living in LA for my internship a few months. I told you the story too that like the main ArcLight downtown Hollywood. I'm there to see a movie, main Uncle Jim's, whatever I saw. It cost me a lot just to go to the movie, and I said, "Whoa, this is a cool experience." Like a lot of cool movie premieres happened here at this theater a long time ago, but I can't afford to pay almost $30 a ticket. Plus, if I want to get a drink or a popcorn, whatever, and it was very expensive. And I was just like, "Whoa, this is kind of like a lot." But yeah, to your point, Joe, yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
that.
They
That's
closed down because of
so
COVID.
dumb.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
they
They're
closed
charging a lot.
down because of COVID, but also people don't want to go to movie theaters that are going to cost them a lot.
A
When
lot of money.
streaming services, this is going to sound against movie theaters, and this is only against the theaters that are fucking charging out the ass, like ArcLight. Never went,
Didn't miss
because
much.
I'm not
Didn't miss much.
spending much. Yeah, but like streaming services to have like 5 profiles, it's like $14.99, so about $15 every month.
Yeah,
That's
you were. I
cheaper.
mean, they're still.
Depending
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
engaging, though.
streaming with what is it, with Netflix, I think it's like $12, right? Or some shit like that.
Let me check here. Let me pull it up right now. Actually, just some stats. I know AIM. I know
Amazon
HBO.
is just, you have an Amazon Prime account, and
Oh,
everyone has that nowadays because everyone
Prime has the
buys
best.
Amazon. Prime is the best. You get Amazon Prime to like get cheaper shipping and shit, and then you also get Prime Video for free, and then they also have like subscription like trials, so you can like have like a other subscription like HBO Max like or Paramount for like a month, and
So
just
all right,
get to try that out for free. Like it's really dope.
so right now, here I'm pull up all the pricing right now. Right now, so HBO Max is having apparently it's unfortunately having a increase. So right now, okay, actually no. So with ads, HBO Max with ads monthly, this is $10 a month. So not again, not terrible for with. I mean, if you want ads, it is what it is, but it's much cheaper. If you have the HBO Max no ads, which I have monthly with no ads, is now 16 a month, which used to be 15. That's $1 more, which is
Wait, you
not
got
terrible.
HBO Max? Can I get your HBO Max?
No, I got you, got you, got you.
Yeah, all right, push it over, push it over. All right. Hey, so don't let Netflix or HBO Max know about this.
Warner Brothers, we love you too. Don't worry.
No, don't worry. My family, for some reason, got Discovery recently. I signed into that. I was like, nah. but you know, to the people that really like you know, like one day I might just get high and be like, man, I want to watch what animals do or some shit. I'll probably hop on Discovery.
Homeowners makeover, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, like Discovery Plus ain't my thing, but you know, one day I might just get high enough to just be like, fuck,
So,
what are fucking emus doing now after they won the war?
so that's HBO. That's HBO Max. Netflix. Netflix has had quite a year with their ups and downs. I'm not gonna go over that, but we all know what happened with them. So right now, so this is kind of weird. So basic with this Netflix basic with ads right now, it's $7 a month. But again, with ads, sorry, $7 a month. You have some things that are aired HD. However, you don't get the full Netflix catalog. You get selected things that they choose. Which is to
Yeah.
me is like,
And if you're
I'm
an
like,
anime fan, I personally like Crunchyroll. That's like
okay.
$14 a month.
Yeah, let me pull it up too.
But that's like the ultimate edition. That means you get all the animes and you get discounts and like sales, like emails and stuff for their shop. So if you want to buy like little plushies and shit like that, and like shirts and DVDs, because Crunchyroll does have like a store as well online for anime shit. That's the ultimate edition. Yeah. So sign up for
I'm
that.
looking
That one's real good. I got that.
that's loading right now for me. But finishing up with Netflix, it's not bad. $10. So $10, you get a month of Netflix. You can watch on one supported device at a time, which is not surprise. But then $10 a month, not terrible. You watch in HD. You get ad free stuff. You get the full catalog, and then standard is again, kind of almost. Actually, you know what? Standard actually now cheaper. Is not cheap. Is actually now cheaper than HBO Max. It was now 15.49 a month for Netflix Standard, and you get two supported devices at a time, limited movies, full HD, all that jazz, downloaded on two supported devices. And then the premium is like 4K. You get more supported devices. You get 4K Ultra HD. You have a lot more. You get better audio. Apparently, you get. Audio is one thing. If you have a good sound system at home, it is what it is. That's only a big loss on you. But you downloaded more on different devices. So, yeah. So Netflix kind of restructured their pricing, but now let's go with Crunchyroll, as you said. Crunchyroll now is. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's pull up what they have. The fan plan, which is kind of funny. You get a 2 week free trial, which is nice up front.
Yeah.
Not terrible. And then you get the fan plan, $8 a month, not terrible. We said mega fan plan, also $10 a month, also not terrible. And ultimate fan plan is $15 a month. And from right now, what I'm looking right now is that like you got a lot of stuff in their plans. Also,
Oh, dude, the ultimate is the best one, like personally, because I watch like anime out the ass, and then you can have like what up to 6 devices like signed in at the same time. So I got homies
not
that
bad.
have my Crunchyroll, yeah, and you can't have multiple profiles, so you all basically like share the same profile. It's a singular profile, but like they really won't get in the way of you watching whatever you're gonna watch on anime. It's really fucking great.
And then Hulu's been pretty consistent. Let's see. So Hulu right now, I have. Yeah, I think I used to have the ad, or did I used to, was the ad? Yeah, the ad supported plan, $8 a month, was not terrible. Or you pay $80 a month, so $80 a year, which you can do the yearly. And I kind of like, if you do the yearly on most of these services, you get a bit of a discount if you do the yearly option. If you're a student, you get $2 a month Hulu, which is really nice. If you ask me, I remember having that. That was really, really nice having the $2 a month. Or yeah, it was awesome. And then Hulu new ads, you get $15 a month. I mean, which is getting pretty cool. Hulu has a lot of good stuff. I think Hulu has been rising on their game with like content and movies and shows that they're putting out. And then you can bundle Hulu with Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN all with ads for $70 a month, which is not terrible because you get Hulu, Disney, Hulu with ads plus live TV, Disney plus ads, ESPN with ads, $70 a month, not terrible for a bundle. And then you can do the no ads for Hulu and Disney, but ESPN plus with ads, that's $83 a month. So again, also not terrible if you bundle. And I want to say now, I
And
think
with Verizon, if you had a family deal, which my family did, you got several of these subscriptions free for a year, which was Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and then I forgot what else. There's a few other things, but we had that free for a year. We have
not
all those
terrible.
subscriptions. Disney Plus is great for Star Wars fans. Sadly, it's from Disney because I don't really fuck with Anyways, but Disney, like, bro, if you're a Star Wars fan, you like Star Wars, right, man?
I used to. I just
Used
down the
to,
road.
nigga. I'm about to slap you,
No, I don't. I do, but you know how I've been feeling about these shows and about some of their direction and storytelling. I
bro.
just
Watch the cartoon, and I'm
I
telling
don't know.
you,
I believe our animation is flawless.
dude.
I love.
Clone Wars goes hard, bro.
Oh, I believe it.
Clone
I
Wars
used to
is
watch this as a kid growing
fire.
up. Yeah, I love watching that as a
Watch
kid.
the whole series, bro, because it goes crazy. It's like so fucking good. Like it's so dope. Like you're gonna get bored at points, obviously every show does. But like, bro, it's worth the watch because that end of the fucking show, like the last 2, 3 episodes, my guy, fire. Fire. It went hard as a motherfucker. Like that was the Star Wars we deserved, my guy. Oh my god.
Honestly, I feel back into it 'cause I remember loving it when I was a kid. I remember watching Cartoon Network back in the day. I used to love watching that show, and I do think animation's been better on on Star Wars and Disney wise, but both of them live
Yeah.
action. But again, I do
They're
love
doing have
Mandalorian.
you watched Andor? Because I haven't watched it. I have
I
no real
tried,
big
man.
interest.
I just to me like I'm just like just give us new characters that we haven't seen before. Like I'm tired of like
Like
this prequel. Like
I really don't give a shit about this Rebels life. Like, no
oh no,
offense to the actors. I'm sure the show's great because a lot of people are loving it. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I don't care about this Rebel. Like, I don't care.
no,
I care. I want Ahsoka. I want the Mandalorian. Like, I
yeah.
want these motherfuckers. Like, these dudes go hard. Like,
Yep.
I don't give a fuck about a gritty dude who eventually fell in love and died.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, exactly. That's how I've been feeling. I want to like. I think Rosario Dawson is perfect for Ahsoka.
She
I
is.
think
She's great.
I like that. You know, for Mandalorian season 3, John Favreau was doing. He was kind of like, I'm doing most of the season. I said, all right, I love John Favreau. He got my support. I'm like, that's awesome. Like it's his. It's still his
John
vision overall.
Favreau. Who's that again? I'm not
He's
good with names.
Happy Hogan in the MCU. He did the first two Iron Man. He did Elf. He's happy in Spider-Man movies.
Oh, I fucking love that guy. The
No, I love John
fucking
Favreau, dude.
chef, bro. That was a great movie.
Chef is
Such
very
a great.
underrated.
He literally went to culinary school to learn for that movie. He's a great actor too, but
Great
also a
actor, he's
great
a
writer and
director.
director. He's amazing. I really love his shit. Yes, I can't wait for
I
that
love.
season because he kills it, and he's a big nerd. He does a
He's
lot of like
huge. Yep.
nerdy shit, and he does justice to these nerdy ass movies. I would love to see him do a DC movie. Sadly, a lot of
You
people
never
don't
know,
give a
man.
fuck about DC. Breaks
You
my
never,
heart.
you never know. And also, John Favreau, he did the live action Jungle Book, and I actually love that movie. I thought the live action
Oh, the
Jungle Book was
live action
really
Jungle Book was fucking great. It was
fire.
amazing. He was great. He is such a great. He's so creative, and he just keeps it fresh. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
fresh. I like
I
that he's
love
doing
that.
most of season 3 of Mandalorian. Um, Yeah, we'll
But
see.
back to what we are saying about theaters, and we went off on a tangent. So what we were saying,
It's the show. That's the show.
yeah, that's the show. We go off on tangents a lot. This is us normally talking. If you don't keep up, you'll get lost because we talk about 50 different things to go back to one thing. Uh, but back to what we were saying, it's really fucking up the movie theaters because streaming services are staying like they have multi plans and it's like the highest multi plan is like $15 a month. People are like, I could stay home, pay $15 for a month one
Full content,
time instead of paying for multiple tickets and seeing all these movies. Like and so like movie theaters are truly gonna fuck themselves, and I don't think they're gonna see the results that they're thinking they're gonna get.
No, they're not. I completely agree with that. I don't think so either. And I think this AMC thing's gonna backfire on them just 'cause I feel like, like I said, you're gonna be charging people who are in the higher income brackets than the lower income brackets. And yeah, like, oh, but they said, oh, but we're lowering prices on other tickets. Yeah, you're lowering the prices to be in the front row. And being in the front row sucks. We've all been in the front row. But being in the front row of an IMAX movie, oh, your neck
Oh
hurting for a
God,
week.
dude. You gotta watch that movie from a side. Just watch.
You literally
You know, when you're like
neck
doing shit in the
below.
kitchen, the movie's on, and like the kitchen is like next to the living room, but you can't fully see the TV, so you're like leaning back, watching sideways. That's basically what people are gonna have to do.
Yeah, I don't see this working out, bro. I think you and I both can see like through this plan. I think it's gonna backfire on them. And if other theaters do this, I don't think it's gonna be the same results because I feel like it's gonna like like I said, right now we're in a quote unquote still in the pandemic era. We're in a quote unquote post pandemic era. You want to bring people back to the theaters at any movie. I mean, No Way Home brought a lot of people back to theaters. Top Gun did. A lot of Marvel movies are still doing that to a degree. But
Also, Silent, what was it? A Quiet Place brought a lot of people back to
Quiet Place was the
theaters.
first movie that brought back people in theaters May of 2021. I remember that so well, Joe. You're absolutely right. That movie brought back. That movie had a $50 million opening. That was the biggest movie opening since COVID began, which is
John
huge.
Krasinski is still part of the movies, by the way. He's
He's
still doing the
writing and
third
producing
one.
it. Yeah. He's writing
Ryan
and producing
producing
it.
for
Yeah.
the third one, yeah, which is great. And I
Definitely
love
happening.
John Krasinski.
Definitely
And I
happening.
love they really went a whole by the way, they added a whole new method for movies, which was a character that's deaf. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? With deaf characters, you usually see like them not noticing, but you don't see it from their point of view. So like if you watch a movie and you haven't caught on to this, basically whenever it's about the little girl, the daughter, because she's deaf, and the actress, I believe she is deaf, right?
Yeah. He is.
She's deaf.
Mhm.
They which they cut the sound because you're looking at it from her view, which by the way is more terrifying than anything because you
Mhm.
can't hear shit.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
Like a blind person would be a lot better, you know what I mean, than being deaf, which is crazy. But they added that to it, and it was so amazing, which I really loved that they did. The by the way, the small child actor in The Last of Us for the most recent episode, or yeah, the episode for last week, he was
Also
also
deaf.
deaf, and everyone in production and everything learned how to do sign language to
It's
make him feel
awesome.
welcome, and everyone's doing it. So bravo to that cast and the crew because that's amazing that they that they stay conscious of that, and they wanted him to feel welcome and feel a part there and keep him a part of the conversation, see like what's going on instead of just having him there as background. I really love that they did that, so bravo to them as well. But yeah, I really like that John Krasinski added that
Hmm.
to
He did.
movies. There's still so brand new ideas and it's creative, and I noticed it right off when I first saw the movie. I think it's great. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and also like that gives to your point, Joe. That gives the theatrical experience another because you can't get the same you couldn't get the same experience you did at home. I mean, the same movie obviously, but like being in a huge theater with the surround sound and with everything, just the you're immersed is the immersive experience of being in that theater, watching that movie, watching again him out of the sound, not using the sound. It gives it you can't replicate that. You can try to replicate that experience at home with your sound system and big TV, but you couldn't get the same experience that you got in that movie at home. It had to be in theaters. It's a theatrical movie. And to your point, yeah, you're right. They brought back. They brought they with that when Quiet Place 2 came out in May when COVID was still it was like we were kind of like getting out of it somewhat. You're right. Quiet Place 2 was the first movie to bring back people back into the theaters, which again, huge opening. People were back. People getting more comfortable with the movie. Then we went up and up and up from there. But yeah, man, I'm hoping that to your point, the theatrical experience really gives something that you couldn't get at home most of the time, and I hope this price plan, this pricing bracket, whatever, is gonna like just be an experiment to say the least, and not like and not come to not like extend more than it should be. Because again, it's kind of like you're hurting, you're kind of penalizing the movie going audience now for like charging them more for sit in the middle, where it's just like, yeah, it's cool and all, but then you're hurting their experience too. So we'll see how it goes. It's be crazy how it goes if it's gonna work, if it's gonna be extended on. But hey, we'll keep you posted on the show for sure. All right, so next topic I want to talk about. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, what up? Actually, The Last of Us. You want to do a non-spoiler? Or do you want to do a spoiler discussion?
Well, I'm caught up. Are you caught up?
Mock up, yes, sir.
Okay. Fair warning to the fans that have not seen, the listeners and fans that have not seen The Last of Us, and don't want any, or are behind and don't want any spoilers. This is a spoiler warning. Okay, come back in about what's it for 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, probably
Sounds good.
maybe. Let's say
Yeah, but about 10 to be
just
safe. Yeah,
10, just to be safe. No
let's be safe.
promises though, because we do get lost. Anyways, all right, well, yeah. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about like that. I mean, so again, you know the game more than I do. You played the game. I haven't played the game yet, but holy shit, dude, that ending broke me. That
Oh, that's a part
ending.
of the game.
I know after watching the behind the scenes. I don't know the game that well. I know you do. Again, going into this show blind, that ending broke me, man. And I knew something was going on because again, when the first off that scene where they all fucking race to the ground, holy shit, holy
Yeah.
shit, and the bloater, oh my god, oh my
Dude,
lord.
there's a lot of different there's a lot of different zombies. They're very creative in it. It's really cool. So yeah, I'm glad that they brought those back. It's yeah, they're doing really good. They're doing really good with the show by keeping it really well towards the story, like towards the video game story, which I really love. And the actors are killing it.
No, they
Joel
are,
is
dude.
Joel, Ellie is Ellie. Like I really love that. They're doing so great with these.
Oh, the acting is so good, and the writing is so top notch, and not only that, but the writing's so top notch, but just like it's everything about that show is just like it's A1. Everyone brings their A1 game, um, which to me is just like I'm just like loving the show more and more. But yeah, I'm in the ending when the little boy goes with the line he goes oh like are we still the same person inside after we get bit? Or yeah, I'm paraphrasing. And then he shows the bite. I said, "Oh my!" I knew someone get bit. Either him or the older brother. I said, "Who's gonna be, Henry or Sam?" I said, "Who's gonna be?" And then when Sam shows like the bite, I was like, "Oh damn it!" And then you can see Allie trying to like really trying to just, like do her best to like just you know put her blood on there to like this will help you. And then I knew I was like I knew it's not gonna work. And the next day, and then she walked over to him, and you see he's now infected. I was like, God damn it. And again, man, when then they come out, start fighting, and then Henry has to shoot him, and then you see it happen. I was like, dude, it just as a brother, it broke me because it was like that was like Fletcher and I would just like be devastated. Um, I was just like, oh my lord. But yeah, man, this show gets better. Again, as soon as on the game, I'm just so invested in the show more and more. I mean, we have a new episode tonight because we're recording this on a Sunday. We have a new episode tonight, which is awesome. But yeah, man, this show just gets better and better and better. And I don't know, I loved how this movie, not the movie, I love how the show is just shot. It's shot so like you can tell that this show costs a lot of money. You can see the show costs a lot of
Yes.
money, and the
HBO
production.
Max is not holding back, my
No, they're
guy,
not,
because the bloater is a real outfit, by the way. That shit
which
was
is
real.
awesome.
Fucking sick as shit, dude. I love The Last of Us. They're killing it. They're
Killing it, dude.
going off, by the way. They're going off and keeping it close to the video game. Like I said, it's so great.
It's so, dude. Again, Craig Mazin and everyone involved in the show is just like they really brought their A game. And again, I bet you again, HBO Max moving forward is gonna be like this is gonna be the gold standard for our shows because now we gotta like we can't like it's gonna be hard to top this show moving forward. But what do they do next? They got to bring their A game like this for all their shows going forward. 'Cause I feel like this is now like kind of like Sopranos was the gold standard for a while, and then it was The Wire for a while, and then it was Game of Thrones for a while was a good gold standard. I feel like this show is the gold standard now for more HBO and HBO Max shows moving forward because they brought their A game, and this show really is showing like a masterclass in directing, acting, storytelling, producing, production design, cinematography, editing. Like this show really is like now like a lesson in filmmaking. And I feel like I get props to everyone involved, Craig Mazin, Naughty Dog, the guy I forgot his name, Neil, whoever the creator of the game too because they really are bringing their A game to this production, and it's very impressive what they've been doing midway through season one.
Yeah, no, they've been killing it. It's really good, and I'm just so excited. I'm such a big fan of like The Last of Us. I keep telling people like, I've been a fan since I saw the trailer of the video games. Like since the first trailer, right? Not even remastered. I'm talking about the original
The
fucking
OG
game.
release.
OG before it was released. I saw the trailer. I was like, and I was talking about like, man, I need a new game. I need something to keep me enthralled. And then literally like a week later, the trailer came out. I was like, Doug, I think I found the game. Like I'm psyched. I ordered it. I was so excited, bro. I went through that game. Like I loved the game. The guy's name is Joel. Like he is such a great character. They're not holding back with him, and they're slowly showing how he is, opening up with Allie, who is just being a kid and just, it's like we're going on this trip, might as well, she's being herself and getting Joel to open up more than probably he has in a very long time, and not only keeping true to these to the game, but also what they did for Frank was a really great story and such a
Yeah,
good way to sort of just be like, well, this is a long chapter. We just want to sort of skip this, so we're gonna change it, but change it in a good way. And I really love what they did for that character. It's upsetting to see people be upset about Frank being gay because it's like his name's Frank, right?
yeah. Frank and Bill,
Yeah,
Bill and
Frank
Frank,
and
right?
Bell.
Oh
Great.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Frank is gay, and it's just like it's heavily implied in the video game. Like you should
Mhm.
have known. If you didn't, you're just fucking stupid. And like I said a joke the other day. I don't want to spoil it for it. I think you know this, and I don't want to spoil it. But I said a joke the other day. I think you know this by now. I believe, right? About Ellie, right?
I don't. You know what? Tell me off air, and we'll
Okay,
talk about it. Yeah.
hold on. Skip, skip a skip a minute ahead, guys. Skip a minute ahead now. Ellie's a lesbian. So I said the other day, I was talking to my friends about this. I said, man, they're going to be really upset when they find out Ellie's a lesbian because in the second game, she literally has a girlfriend and everything, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But she's a lesbian, like, ever since she was little. That's why when she saw, like, the magazine, she was like, I don't care. She threw it out the window. By the way, part of the video game as well. So I was cracking up at that. Yeah, no. So I made that joke.
You're not wrong though. I mean, if people had again, the episode 3 was a brilliant piece of storytelling and the acting. Nick Offerman is such a good actor. I mean, you know him as Ron Swanson. He's such a good
amazing, dude. So I love Nick Offerman because when he does like characters, like wasn't he in We're the Millers, right? He's
he played the RV
dude
guy. Yep.
He played the RV guy who's also a cop, I believe, or FBI or something DA, like that. Yeah, he's a DEA agent. Dude, he's so great in movies. He does. I love him as an actor. He's just so amazing. He's such a great actor. I love it. I like. It was so great.
It's so good, but not. Yeah, I mean, I mean, if people had a problem, again, it's come on, guys. If people had a problem with that episode, to your point, yeah, they're gonna have a big problem season 2 when they explore Ellie and Ellie.
I don't think season 2 is gonna be the second game. I think at some point they're going to end the show because 5 episodes hour each. They might just do 8 or 10 episodes for a season, and then season 2 will be again the end season of the first video game, and then they'll explore with season 3 probably with The Last of Us.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you know more.
I can't tell, but that's what I believe because a lot of shows when they do like an hour episode, they usually cut it to like 8 to 10 episodes.
Yeah, no, that honestly makes sense. No, I think you're probably right. Yeah, they haven't made any official announcement yet, and I feel like to your point, yeah, the show is very dense in a way of like it's long episodes, so I feel like you might break the game up into 2 seasons to like spread it out.
Yeah, because like it's such a big like they're obviously skipping days and shit like that, obviously, but it's like but this show and how long it would take them to get there, especially with all the obstacles, and especially because they have to explore character backgrounds. They also have to explore, lore and everything, like what's happened around the world and like different parts and everything, and show the different zombies and how the world is, recuperating and how certain things are destroyed. I think they're gonna add much more detail to the show than they did with the game, and so that's why I think there's gonna be a season 1, boom, right, and then season 2 is gonna be the last end of the first game, and then season 3 will get an older Ellie who. Obviously, we have a time skip for the second game where she's like, I think she's like 20 at that point. Yeah, so I think that's what's gonna happen. But that's my personal belief. They might just do like season 1, boom, and then but I feel like because the show's doing so well, I think they're gonna cut it. You know what I mean? To 2 seasons for each video game.
Interesting. What honestly, that sounds like a more like thought out plan. We just said again, you're giving the audience, also the show itself, enough time to breathe, enough room to breathe, and digest. As we the audience can digest the show better when it's spread out, not rushed into like, next season 2 is gonna be game 2, whatever. But I like the idea of like, hey, we're gonna spread this out. And just again, we're gonna take our time with it and not feel rushed. Because again, we look at season 8 of Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I heard it was just so rushed and it was just so convoluted.
It was. My girl is a big Game of Thrones fan, and I'm pretty sure she read all the books and everything. Like, she really loves it. And I never read the books, but I watched the show from first season to ending. Well, not when it came out, like season 7, I believe. I started watching it when season 7 started coming out, and then I watched season 8 as it was coming out. By the way, that was a fucking long ass journey. Yeah, no, the last season of Game of Thrones was real shit. A lot of shit just didn't make sense, and you're just like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, type of shit. So but they did a lot better with what was it, House of Dragons or something? They did a lot better with that, and so I can tell that they have a time frame, and like the HBO Max is like giving them like, yeah, do this, because I think it's also because HBO Max got the reception of like, what the fuck with season 8
Yeah.
of Game of Thrones. So like, for these other shows, they're like, yeah, we can't do that again because Netflix does that, and I think another streaming company as well. What was it? Uh,
I think Netflix is known to like they really rush like some of their shows or like they
well,
just
yeah, because they're dropping a lot of money on these shows. You could have spent a lot less, but also it's like they're not doing it the way HBO Max does it, and also like people are just not making much money. But that's also because of the variety that they add to their streaming. We're not going to talk about this. Anyways,
but no,
I got uninterested in the middle of that conversation.
no,
Not gonna
I
lie.
dig what you say though. I dig what you say about how to finish the show, do season
Yeah.
1, spread it out
So
the
see,
game.
spread it out, add more lore. I'm fine
Yeah.
with them adding certain new characters that we've not, new things that the game didn't do, because sort of add those in between. And also, I looked it up. In the second video game, Ellie is 19.
Okay, so the
So
time
what?
jump.
She's 4 years, so it'll be a 5-year time jump
All
after.
right.
Yeah, once we get to an older Ellie. By the way, what is the current age of the girl playing Ellie right now? She's 19. Crazy, right?
Oh no shit. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, she's 19. Yeah, crazy.
But yeah, I can't wait. Episode 6 is tonight. I can't wait to watch it when it airs. Yeah, dude, the show gets better and better.
Two
I know
more
one thing I want to talk
hours, I believe.
a
2
few
or 3 more
few
hours.
hours. Few hours. One thing I want to talk about are the next topic. I know this is something that I know Joe and I've talking about for years. And I remember we were up one night in 2016 summer when I moved to Arizona. We were up all night talking about this like possible movie like that's coming out this year, and that is The Flash. I know,
Oh
right, Joe? Like,
God, yes. No one is excited about it, which is pissing me off, but understandable. All right. So I am a giant DC fan. My family is DC family, right? We love Batman. Like everyone, if we were gonna have like superhero shirts, majority of us would
mhm.
have Batman. I feel like a few of us would probably have Superman, and if they did, I'd be disappointed in them. Not because of Superman, but because it's just like Batman's better. Nick can fight me. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, Nick is a giant Superman fan.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Nick was here. It would be a BBS, an actual BBS.
yeah. But my dad, my brother, and me, our two favorite heroes from DC is Batman and the Flash. And me and you have always talked about Flash movie. And
Oh,
I
dude.
saw the trailer. Dude. And let's just forego Ezra Miller. I don't give a fuck about him, but God damn, bro, it
Damn.
looks good. They're doing Flashpoint and they're killing it because they have Michael Keaton. Michael fucking
Fucking
Keaton has
Keaton's back, dude.
Batman again, dude. And that means, guess what? He's Bruce Wayne's father. That means that's Ben Affleck's father. And Michael Keaton
Michael
in a
Keaton's back,
different
dude.
universe is is Ben Affleck's Batman's father. That's fucking hilarious. He has to be. If he's not, if he's just another Bruce Wayne, I'm gonna be sorely
Well,
disappointed.
that's
But
what it
I'm
said
not gonna be.
online. It
I'm,
said that he's just playing the Bruce Wayne that we knew from the Tim Burton movies.
okay, so he's just being man.
So
Would
kind
have
of like
been
No Way
better.
Home. Kind of
But
like No Way
okay,
Home.
no way home. So it's just another. Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, he's Bruce
Anyways,
Wayne.
Would have been better if it was his dad, but I understand why they did that. But it's funny. It's funny anyways to see him more in a more sort of badass way
Oh,
of,
I know,
of
dude.
doing. That's hilarious to me, but also good. And they're keeping the humor and the character has his and just sort of showing the Flash and just it's gonna be so good. It looks amazing. Like and a female Superman, that's an intriguing twist because in the Flashpoint animation animated movie, which is a great animated movie that's currently on HBO Max. Check it out. They have a lot of DC movies on HBO Max. Check them out. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, it's still Clark Kent, but he was captured at a very young age, and he never seen the sun. So he's very
Mm.
skinny and frail, and then they find him and they break him out, and he goes fucking off. So and she looks. I have no problem with this female Superman. I think this is gonna be interesting, and she
It
looks
looks,
pretty
yeah, she looks
badass.
great. She looks badass. She looks hella badass. Yeah.
Dude, and this is a Superman that didn't grow up with the Kent family. So this is a
Yep.
Superman
Exactly.
who Superwoman, sorry. This is a Superwoman that has no bounds. That means she's gonna be fucking
Unhinged.
killing. She is unhinged. She's seen the sun for the first time in many, many years. She's whooping ass. Like it's gonna be fucking dope.
She,
You think you saw her killing? Cause you did. She's gonna be killing. It's gonna be sick as fuck.
I I mimic everything you just said, dude. This trailer like gave me the fucking chills. And and I agree too. Ezra Miller controversy aside, they're gonna get the help they need. They're gonna be, it's I hope they can get better. Whatever. I do mean that, but dude, just seeing Michael Keaton back, man. Oh, first off, again, to be fair too, seeing Ben Affleck back too as Batman.
Oh my god, dude, I love Ben Affleck as Batman, and people really don't understand my love because he's me and my father have talked about this, and people are like, no, people disagree with me because of Batman versus Superman, which they didn't fully fucking understand. That is an older Batman is the Dark Knight Returns, right? He's older, less give a fucks. He
Mhm.
doesn't mind hurting you, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he does. He's had killed before. I don't remember, but anyways, he did. So sorry for coughing in y'all's ear. He did. He did such a great Bruce Wayne, like the Playboy, and a great Batman. I truly loved him as Batman, and I wish he had more time to be Batman so people can understand and see why he's such a great Batman as yeah. So I'm happy to see him back though. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. I can't wait to see the new Flash. I can't wait to see the new Superman, the new Batman, because obviously, this is a flashpoint where he goes back in time, saves his mom, and sort of fucks everything up. So he has to run back, let his mother die, and also like during that, which also makes me wonder: are we going to get a reverse Flash? Because during Flashpoint, that is one of the big enemies, the big
You,
the big villains in the comic book series and movies during that
I heard a
time.
rumor. I heard a rumor about that. But speaking of villain, first off, bro, Michael fucking Shannon's back as Zod. Are you kidding me? Let's go,
Oh
bro.
yeah, dude, I hated what they did with his body. I think that was so
Oh yeah, that
dumb.
was that was kind of
But
dumb.
he does a great Zod.
He's a great
Zod.
Zod, dude. Holy shit! When I saw him, bro, on the screen, I said, "Fuck yeah, Michael Shannon's back as Zod." He was a great Zod.
So
Oh,
I don't think he's a big bad enemy. I think he's one of the enemies that they'll
I
be
think so too.
facing. But I think it might be the Reverse Flash. Like I think we're gonna get a preview of who that could be, and I think he might stay as a Reverse Flash in the new series. So let's see. Let's have our fingers crossed. It looks like such a great movie.
Can't wait, dude. And also, again, Andy Machete is doing it. Who did the It 2 movies? I think he's a great filmmaker. I think he's really like he knows how to like.
He's very
His other
creative and knows
he's
how
creative.
to.
Hmm.
He knows how to how to sort of portray. He knows how to do camera work, and he knows how to portray
It's huge.
characters
Hmm.
in such a amazing light. So I'm very much interested in this. So it's gonna be really good. This again, I'm a big DC fan. Guys, give DC a fucking chance. Like, I don't understand why people dislike DC comics, and I can understand why they dislike DC movies because they've been fucking those up for a while.
For a bit. For a bit.
For a bit. Hopefully,
For a
we're
bit.
back on track. Uh, give it a chance. Watch it. It's gonna be great. Like, I'm fucking hyped, bro. I'm
All right.
excited.
I'm so hyped, and this is again from what I've heard too. I mean, no, because it can't be. No, it can't be. No, because Aquaman comes out in December. 'Cause people are like, "Oh, this is gonna reset the DC universe because James Gunn rebooting everything," and I'm like, "Well, he's not rebooting everything. He's rebooting
Yeah, I
like
believe Jason Momoa is still Aquaman
Aquaman." Me too.
because I
I
haven't
think
heard anything, which I'm loving because
he's
Jason
great Aquaman.
Momoa as an actor is just sort of unhinged.
Yeah, I love. He's like a big golden retriever energy. Like he's just like a big dog
Dude, no,
almost.
he gives me what is it? Not golden retriever. He gives me fuck. He gives me like a husky type of
Oh,
energy,
I
just
see. Yeah, yeah.
chaos, just constant chaos and screaming. He gives me
Like,
husky, fucking energy. It's great.
yeah, yeah, but I cannot wait for this movie. The trailer again, the trailer could give us like got so hyped. And I can't wait, and I hope this movie
And
delivers.
that's the only trailer I'm watching because the
Me
next
too.
one's
I'm done.
gonna show
I'm done.
too much.
I'm done.
Don't
Yep, I'm
want
done.
see that me and Doug have many complaints about movie trailers nowadays, which they do like 3 or 4 trailers, and then they
There's
show the
so
whole
much.
fucking movie, just one or two that's sort of vague. Like fuck me,
Oh, dude,
Jesus.
it showed.
They already showed a lot with the first one.
That's why I haven't watched the new John Wick trailer yet. 'Cause it comes out in a few weeks. I'm not
I
watching
haven't
this. I said,
even
I'm not
watched
watching
the
this.
trailer fully. Like I've seen bits and pieces, and I'm like, all
I'm
right,
not.
cool.
Fuck that. I don't want. I want it to spoil for me. I'm not. Um, yeah, hell, I'm not watching. But yeah, I'm so hyped for the Flash. I hope it delivers on like on all fronts. Speaking of superhero movies, something that I can talk about that I know that you haven't seen yet is Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania, Ant-Man 3.
I've
If you
heard mixed reviews of this.
It's gonna be non-spoiler because the movie just came out this weekend. I'm giving non-spoiler, and you can find
Yeah.
my quick review on TikTok and Instagram. I posted out there this past few days ago. So for some context, I remember seeing the first Ant Man with you and TJ in summer of 2015, and we loved that first Ant Man. We were laughing. It had a good story. It had good clever writing. Edgar Wright still had the script. It was still his script to a degrry. Paul Rudd rewrote some of the stuff as well. Baskin Robbins always finds out was hilarious.
Baskin Robin always finds out.
Because it was very, I think you, me, and T went into it like, okay, we'll see how this is. And I remember you and I, we all like, had a fun, we all had a blast watching because it was fun. It was a fun movie. It was Michael Pena as Luis was so funny with his
Dude,
like
I
fucking like.
love it. So I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a
Yeah,
person that is homies with this guy. I fucking love that character.
it's in that first one. It was very street level, which I think we all appreciate for what it was. It wasn't like this huge Avengers thing. It was a street level thing. It was fun. You had a good time with it. I don't know about you. I thought two was fine. It was fine. It
Two
had its
was
moments.
fine. It was just sort of dull.
Yeah, it was anything special. It was like, okay, there's
They
another
they
Ant-Man
they
movie.
they focus way too much on the shrinking.
Yeah, way too much. And the villain was very weak. I thought the ghost villain was very, very weak.
The villain sucked.
It was weak, and it wasn't as clever as the first one. I feel like. And again, it was kind of like it was a filler between Infinity War and Endgame because you see like
Yeah.
at the end of at the end of Ant-Man 2, he's stuck in the quantum realm. Oh no, like what's gonna happen next? And it was very much a filler. So with this, I was very skeptical because I've heard things going in. All right, we'll see. And I will say this very confidently. I am very disappointed with this movie because this isn't the Ant-Man I wanted to see. Um, Also, there's no Michael Pena. He's gone. Luis is not in this movie whatsoever. And I was like, wow, I miss seeing Michael Pena in this movie. Like he's very missed. And I
I
was
don't
like,
give, yeah, I don't care for Ti and whatever. Just keep Michael Pena in the fucking movie. But I can understand why they didn't have Pena in the movie since I go into the quantum realm.
Quantum Realm. I wish this movie was not all about the quantum realm, or it wasn't fully in the quantum realm. Because halfway through, I was kind of like, I'm kind of getting bored a little bit. And all right, first off, the goods. The goods. Jonathan Majors is a great actor. He's a
Dude,
great actor.
I hate his fucking body because he's fucking built like a
Massive.
monster, dude. That dude
He's
is a
massive.
monster, guy. My
He's
God.
massive,
I
dude.
am jealous, bro. I'm so jealous. I wish I could have a body like that and I could work out, but like I don't think I could look that way. Like that dude looks insane. Like, oh my
Jack.
God. He is a fucking beast. And I know it's for Creed 3, but even before that, like he has a really good like body build. He's just fucking, oh my God.
He's
I've never cared about being jacked, but damn, dude, if I could look like that, I would.
no, likewise. And again, there's a scene this. I don't spoil. There's a scene in this movie. There's a fight scene in this movie. I was like, I think he thinks he's in Creed 3. I was like, God damn! Like, he knows
This
he's an Ant-Man 3, not Creed 3, right? Because it's a fight scene. I was like,
right.
holy fuck, dude! I said, holy shit. But
So
anyway,
so I don't know. You still haven't watched Loki, have you?
I watched Loki. I liked for
Did
what
you
it was.
watch the whole thing?
At the ending with it, ending with
Okay.
quote unquote
Spoiler
not.
alert. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen Loki, the show on Disney Plus, which is really good. Tom Riddleson, right? Kills it as Loki.
He's good.
Hiddleston, right? He's
Yeah.
such a great actor. Like overall, just amazing work. Fucking on top. At the end, I forget what the enemy was, but it was what's his name again?
He was it was well, the version that he was playing in Loki was it
Like a
was
god who
he who
killed.
not should be named was his character name. He
Yeah,
who will not be named was his character.
yeah.
Which was,
So
which was
basically, his character was in a way a god, and there's multiple versions of him, and he killed those versions to keep them contained in the multiverse, and because they all are very powerful and are all very evil in a way. You know what I mean? And there's a war that broke out between them. And so, anyways, in the end, he was like, if you kill me, they will come back
mm-hmm.
and it won't be good for your universe or any of them. So to see him play, what's the characters? I'm not a Marvel fan. I don't really.
He's
What
playing
was
Kane. Kane the Conqueror.
Kane? Kane the
Kane the
Conqueror.
Conqueror.
See him doing that again. Jacked like a motherfucker is
Huge, bro.
fucking huge and really great fucking writing, by the way, to show that even the shows have an effect on the movies. You know, it's all together. It's one universe. It's not just this happened, whatever. No, like it's all connected, which is really great. I love this. So it's very intriguing.
He was so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, in Ant-Man 3, I put my review I put on TikTok and Instagram. He's a great Kang. He's a great villain. He's very menacing. Like you can tell like he wants to like conquer everything. He's a very good villain. However, my problem was that his dialogue isn't that great. The guy who wrote this movie, this was his first really big movie he wrote. Which again, I'm all for it. I'm all
Um,
for Marvel
like
hiring.
here's the thing. I'm for it, but you also need to have like co-writers to help you
Right,
make
right.
sure the movie isn't was it not singular? It's what's the word?
You want to like
linear.
linear. Yeah.
It's not the writing, the dialogue is not just linear, and I mean that in the way that it's not dull. You know what I mean? It's not boring. It keeps it fresh. It keeps it good. It keeps it, it keeps you enthralled and entertained, and keeps it witty and interesting and just
So, because here's my thing, because I'm like, Paul Rudd co-wrote the first two, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see Paul Rudd's writing in this. The first Ant-Man had good writing, second Ant-Man had okay writing. This had writing where I was like, what? It just the writing did not work for me at all for any of the characters, whatsoever. Especially Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer and Evangeline Lilly. First off, Wasp is sidelined this movie heavily. Like she has in this movie, she's great. She's a great actress. She's a great character, but they gave her little to nothing in this movie. And I said, ooh, okay. Michael Douglas, who plays Hank, the original Ant Man, he is phoning it in, man. The whole time he's like, "Oh no, let's go over there," and I'm like, "Oh no." And it's very obvious that a lot of the acting is phoned in, like they didn't want to be there or they didn't believe in the script. And I knew that very early on in the movie, where I was like, "Yeah, I can tell like this isn't as like put together as the first two movies." But the good, Jonathan Majors. The good was some of the humor did work for me. Some of the humor did work for me. Funny jokes. What didn't work for me was majority of the movie. I just didn't like. I was kind of just like halfway through. I'm like, they're trying to be like a Star Wars movie right now, like some of the Star Wars, like with all the visuals and all like the like special effects. It felt like a Disney Plus show at one point. And I said, "Ooh," I was like, "This is not what I wanted to see in Ant-Man movie." And Paul Rudd's doing his thing. I give him that. The girl who's playing, so the new actress playing his daughter now. She's grown up now. Catherine Noon,
right.
actress. She was the blonde girl in Blockers. Good actress. She's very very young, talented actress. She's really really good in this movie. I wish they give her an Ant-Man suit. There's like no context to it whatsoever. She's a suit now, and I was like, kind of like RZA's Jamaican accent in that one movie. Like, where did this come from? Like, where did this come from? I was like, where did this come from? She's a suit now. She has powers, and to me, it didn't feel earned, bro. Like, it didn't feel like it was the character earned that. Like, oh yeah, we're in a situation. I have a suit now. Let's suit up. And I'm like, but what? Like, when did this happen? When did she get a suit? When did she learn how to do the powers that? Because remember, in the first Ant-Man, it took him months. It took him months even not even months, almost a year to like master the suit. Control the ants, whatever, control the whole thing, whatever. It takes her like a minute in this movie, and I said, this doesn't feel earned, man. Like, does not feel earned. Doesn't feel earned. Doesn't feel like it was like, oh yeah, like she worked her way up. She had a suit now, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is kind of like this is definitely a big like con I guess as a movie. But also too, the movie to me just like it didn't. This is the first movie of Phase 5. Like, it's gonna be we're setting up Kang, whatever. And I definitely they do a good job of setting up King as a villain. They really do. But to me, I just feel like I felt more threatened by Thanos in a post-credit scene in Avengers. I was like, oh fuck, who's this? I definitely feel Jonathan Majors as King. Great casting, great acting. He's superb, and I want to see more of him as an actor. Maybe I'm being too unfair because it's the first movie of the Phase 5 era of this Marvel movies. But to me, I was like, I hope they do. I hope they do him better. I hope they like do again, because spoilers. But like, I can't wait to see next. Can't wait to see. Cannot wait to see what he does next with the character in the next movies because I want to see more of him in the next few movies as a villain. But overall, I give it right now a 5.5 out of 6 out of 10, maybe more 5.5. I feel like they could have done so much with it. The acting was not there. Dialogue was not clever. It was very kind of dull. It was very bland. I was gonna say, we they apparently they're married in the movie. They don't explain that. Like, oh yeah, like grandpa this, and I was like, when did they get? They no mention that they were married whatsoever. Also, okay, one thing too, I didn't like. Not spoiler. MODOK was weird, dude. MODOK was very weird in this movie.
I've seen
Like,
those pictures.
It's weird, man. It's.
Who's the actor doing MODOK again?
I don't want to spoil it for you. I'll tell you off air. I'll tell you off air, but I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for you on.
I've already seen the pictures.
What for our listeners? For our listeners. I don't want to.
I've seen the pictures because they put Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh
Next to it, they did George Lopez when
oh,
he's the villain.
oh no,
And
yeah.
yeah, I'm seeing another picture. I'm just like, that's Ant-Man. It's like, all right, what the fuck is going on?
Um, yeah, Modoc was weird.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll talk about that off air. I don't want to spoil for our listeners, but
That's
Modoc
so
was very
weird.
weird. It was very again. It was he kind of just put there, and I understand why he was there, but it overall I was just like, yeah, this didn't work. It didn't work for me. It felt very parody, like Mad TV SNL almost. I was just like, yeah, didn't work for me personally. But I am very curious to go again. If you see this movie, if you're gonna see this movie, still see it in IMAX. They filmed it in IMAX, and the IMAX visuals are insane. It's very well filmed in IMAX. But to me, just like it didn't feel like an Ant-Man movie. It felt more of like a I don't know, like a weird Disney Plus hour and a half, 2 hour episode. It didn't feel like an Ant-Man movie. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing what Major does next with Kang in the MCU. But I left very disappointed. Yeah, so I saw with my family, saw with my mom and dad and Fletch, and they were kind of like, "This was kind of weird." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't think this was one of the best Ant-Man movies." But
Yeah, see, Marvel's losing that.
they're losing it. No, they are. They are.
But let's go to one last movie before we call it here.
Go ahead.
I want to bring this movie up because I know you already saw it. I saw it recently, which was Black Panther Wakanda Forever, bro.
Oh yeah, speaking of MCU, yeah.
Holy shit. If you haven't seen it on Disney Plus, watch that shit. They did amazing.
Right.
They did amazing.
They
One, to
did.
make memorial towards Chadwick Boseman, but also the female actresses killed it, my guy.
Mhm.
They killed it. Holy shit, my guy. Like they were
Mhm.
going off.
Dude,
Like
that acting is awesome. That movie, acting in
it's a
that movie is
long movie,
long.
but holy shit, that they did amazing. The like that this movie is a movie where it shows like true like true like strong female characters. Like
Mhm.
because a lot of movies try it like with like what was it? Infinity War when everyone came back and they were like girl power. Woo! That was trash. That was trash. Everyone hates it. Was it Infinity War or was it?
It was
Yeah,
Endgame. It was Endgame.
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 It was
Yeah. Yeah.
Endgame, right? Where they had all the females together that were nowhere near each other, and then they did like their protective Spider-Man and getting them to whatever, and girl power. It sucked. It really did. That didn't portray what they hoped to portray. It wasn't good. It was like whatever. This is just really like forced. But in Wakanda Forever, they fucking did amazing, bro. Like all
They
the
did,
female
dude.
actresses did amazing. Angela Bassett is such an
Bro, she's
amazing
so good,
actress.
dude.
She
So good, bro.
kills it
Oh
in
my
every.
god, she's so
Oh
good.
my god, her character had fucking death, bro. Death, like just
Dude, her
she
delivery, dude.
kills it, dude. They did so amazing. They did so amazing. All the actresses killed it. They were so great. And then Lupita Nyong'o,
Come on, bro. Yep.
she's killing it in every
So good.
movie she's in.
She's
And
so
then
good, dude.
was it Denai Guerrera?
Guerrera. Yeah.
She's Guerrera. Is that how you say it?
Guerrera. Yeah. Guerrera. Yeah.
She's such a
Kills it.
powerful actress as well. And the one that plays the sister was it Letitia Wright.
But you're right.
She's
Yep.
I can't wait to see her in other movies because they all did so amazing, so amazing.
And you know what? I thought the actor, I don't remember his name, who played
Namor.
Namor, he was awesome. I thought he did a
Oh
great
yeah,
job.
his name is
Yeah,
Tenoch
Taco
Tanakh
Tanaka.
Huerta.
Yeah, he killed, dude. Him as a villain. Like I felt threatened. I felt like, oh shit, he means
Oh,
war.
he did. They writ this movie amazingly because his character was so good and just everything about it was amazing. You know what I mean? And Ironheart, the girl who did Ironheart, she's intriguing. I liked her. I didn't hate her character.
Well, she's getting her own show on Disney Plus soon, so I hope they explore.
I'm probably not gonna watch it.
I hope they explore more. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
People hated the comic books. Her comic
Oh, really?
books did horribly. Yeah,
Well,
no,
did she like
because
admire?
yeah, she admired was it Tony Stark, and she made the Iron Heart, but it felt like it was just a replacement for Tony Stark, like in the comic books. Like it didn't feel like she earned to be Ironheart, and even in this movie, really a story given to her. Like I don't think her character has a depth, that doesn't. Give me a sec. Doesn't have that like background story to like intrigue us like with Tony Stark. Tony Stark
I see.
had a lot of issues as a character. Like with her, it was a lot of people felt like it was just given to her. Like I didn't hate her in this movie. It was okay, but I don't think I'm gonna watch the show because it's like whatever.
Yeah, no, I liked her for what it was, but again, same thing. Kind of my issue with Ant-Man is that I didn't feel like that it was earned yet. I felt like it was kind of like, oh yeah, this is a good plot point just for like it was too convenient for the screenwriter. Like it was like, okay, yeah, we have this here thing now, we'll just make it easy. But again, I think they did it better in Ant-Man. Sorry, and Wakanda Forever than Ant-Man, like moving the story forward for that plot point. But again, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, dude, Angela Bassett, man, she was
Oh
so
my god,
good.
dude. She
So
kills
good.
it. So many things she does. Like she's amazing actress. Kills it every
Quick,
single time.
another spoiler real quick for our listeners. Heads up. What do you think of Michael B. Jordan coming back?
Dude, that was a wrench. That was a wrench. I thought maybe she would have saw her mom or something. I knew she wouldn't see Chadwick Boseman, obviously, because yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe they filmed some shit we didn't know about. Like they're like,
Yeah.
he was like, he told them, he was like, yeah, it's coming to an end on film something. Like I thought maybe that, but no, like Michael B. Jordan, it was it was smart. I'd say that. I didn't really care for it. I was like, oh, okay. But it was a smart move for the writers and the director to do.
Yeah. No, I was very Ryan Coogler, man. Again, hats off to him. Again, I feel like he was given the impossible to like, hey, how do you do a sequel without A, your lead star, B, your lead character? How do you make a sequel? How do you continue forward? And I think, given what he was given, I think he did a great job. I think his movie came from the heart. I think he really put everything he had into this movie. And again, I was very, very impressed with what he did. And also, again, have to give credit to his screenwriter as well. I think his who wrote with him. I want to say he wrote with him. His name is Joe Robert Cole, who wrote the first one with him too. I gave him a lot of props too. I feel like he kind of goes uncredited. Yeah, because Ron Coogler is a great filmmaker, but I want to give Joe Robert Cole, the co-writer of this movie, and also the first Black Panther, a lot of credit as well. I feel like they both had this really good story. They executed it well. They brought a lot of heart to it, and I was very impressed with what they did for Wakanda Forever. So again, hats off to both of them and the whole team at Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And so yeah, it was a very 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 well uh, done sequel and came again a lot of heart and a lot of emotion to it. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. It was good.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
you want to end the show with our one on ones?
Yes, let's end our shows with our one-on-ones because this is going about 2 hours at this point. A little less, but yeah. You can start. I'll go after.
Okay, one on one. Let's see what I'm watching. A good show and a movie I can recommend. Um, I'm gonna give, I've been thinking about the show a lot recently as been I'm trying to get back to my writing. My show I'm gonna recommend this week is probably one of my favorite shows I've ever seen in my life is Entourage. Speaking of HBO Max shows, Entourage is one of my favorite shows I've ever made. I think seasons 1 through 6 is peak and prime television. 7, 8 are okay. They're not that great, but the first few seasons are awesome. Entourage is if you don't know, it's loosely based off of Mark Wahlberg's life when he came to Hollywood with him and his crew growing up. Becoming big movie star and the movies that he was in. It's loosely based off his story of his line, but it's very funny. The humor is hilarious. All the characters, Johnny, Drama, Turtle, Vince, Ari. It's it's for sure a show that will be made today, unfortunately. These times, unfortunately, but it's a very good look into it's a lot of people's dream to go to Hollywood, become a big star, or big time in movies and TV, and this shows kind of the ultimate fantasy of like, oh, if you went to Hollywood with your entourage and your crew, what would it be? And I love that show so much. It means a lot to me as a show. The movie's okay. It's kind of an hour and a half episode personally, but I love Entourage. And then movie of the week. It's a good question. What can I recommend this movie this week? I can recommend. Okay, I could actually get a good one. One I love. It's one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies called The Terminal. It's one of Spielberg's not well-known movies. I want to say it's Spielberg, not Zemeckis. Yeah, it's Tom Hanks. He's playing this guy who's going home. I think he's in JFK. I think he's in JFK airport. Yeah, Spielberg. It's this guy who's from this foreign country. He's going home. He's in JFK airport in New York, and he's going home. And basically, the TSA says, "No, sorry, your country doesn't exist anymore. You can't go home." Or like, "Oh, they're not taking any more flights back to your country anymore. You're grounded." But he can't leave the airport, and he's stuck there until they say he can leave. And he's just this guy who was very sweet, very humble, doesn't know English that well, but he just like he wants to go home, and he doesn't know how to operate fully. But he lives in this airport for I think it was a month on end, a lot of months, and he kind of like finds a way to buy food for himself or find a way to get clean, or he's living in an airport basically, and everyone, all like the security, all like the airport management just can't stand him. He's a nuisance, but like he's just a simple man good-hearted man who just wants to go home, and he can't. And I love that movie. I remember as a kid growing up on that movie. I love Tom Hanks. I love Spielberg. It's a very, very kind of underrated Spielberg Tom Hanks movie, but I love it for what it was. It's called The Terminal, and yeah, it came out let's say in '04, but yeah, that's my movie of the week, The Terminal by Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks.
Okay, those are really good. My picks, I'm gonna start with my movie, which is A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Early 2000,
Interesting.
yeah, 2003 movie. I saw like a TikTok about the other day, like 2 days ago, I think, maybe yesterday, where basically it's an action fantasy where, basically inhuman superpower sort of men like the Invisible Man come together. They're part of a league and obviously fighting to save the world. It's a, it was such an entertaining movie. You don't watch it for the depth of it. You know what I mean? That might be my
Yeah.
word of the day, which I can't even say it right. Uh, don't watch it for just like a deep movie, because it's not. It's an action fantasy movie, early 2000s. Watch it for just the entertainment value. It's a really interesting movie, intriguing in very, very ways of how they used to do like fantasy action movies, like Van Helsing and Hellboy and type of stuff. Like it's sort of like that. So definitely give it a look. Very intriguing, very entertaining. I say watch it. For my show, shit. Uh, I'm gonna go with on Disney Plus. Did I already say Clone Wars one time or no?
You brought it up today on the episode. I don't think you brought it up as one-on-ones.
Okay, well, Clone Wars on Disney Plus. If you're a Star Wars fan, definitely give it a watch, because it is the in between. So it is basically the what happened in between the movies. I'll say the prequels. Um, with Obi-Wan Kenobi and everything. Uh, it, give it a watch. It has quite a few seasons, but they do such great work storytelling, character building, and sort of showing like what happened in between, so you can fully understand the lore and the history of Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and like Darth Maul and the clone troopers before we had stormtroopers and like it just, and also Ahsoka Tano, like her being a Padawan and growing into who she became. It's such a great show, and they show how much better and badass the clones were than fucking stormtroopers. Like the clones were badass as fuck. So definitely give it a watch. It's a great show. I love it. I hold it near and dear to my heart. So definitely go give it a watch.
Um, did I ever tell you I met one of the guys in that movie, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? I
Really? You did?
Yeah, one of my again shout out to my professor. So I was in London, but my study abroad internship abroad in London for a semester. And one of my professors, Mike Punter, one of my mentors in London, who I have all the love and respect for. He's one of the best professors I've ever had in college. One of the great mentors I've ever had. Was sweet dude. Very, very like he knew so much about movies and television and theater. Just again, incredible dude. One of his best friends is in that movie. I think he's like the guy in the beginning of the movie. Guy played Sanderson Reed. I think he's the beginning of the movie. He's a redhead dude. I met him. He's one of his best friends with my professor. I was in London. They came in to talk about like acting and writing and working in industry. And he was just also a really sweet dude. But he told me a story about like how like he was on that set of that movie and how Sean Connery did not want to be bothered like at all. And like apparently like Sean Connery like had a big fallout with the director, and the director kind of like has not been seen ever since. um, but yeah, his name was Tom Goodman Hill. Yeah, he's in that movie. I think at the beginning of the movie and a few other scenes, he played the character of Sanderson Reed. And yeah, like I said, he was a very very sweet dude, very generous with his time. And I talked to him one on one about acting and filmmaking and writing, whatever. He was giving me good advice. But I have a little connection to that movie because I met one of the guys in that movie. But a little random. But yeah, like I said, it was cool that my professor, one of his best friends, was in that movie. It was very cool, but very very underrated movie if you ask me. So I agree. But yeah, man, some good one-on-ones, man. Clone Wars is the animation on the show is so good too. It's very
Oh,
crisp and very
dude,
just
you gotta
so
watch
detailed.
it. Dude, you gotta watch it, especially that last season, bro. Crazy. You have to watch that
Do
show.
you remember that awful movie they did years ago? The Star
Which
Wars
one?
Clone Wars movie, and it was so
Uh,
garbage.
with with like Anakin Skywalker and shit like
Yeah,
that, where they did Order 66, right?
I think so. Yeah, that movie was garbage.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. Yeah, no, those were not good movies. I'd say give watch because they do stick to lore and everything, and
Okay.
don't give hate towards the guy who did fucking name, the fucking one that people gave the actor hate for voicing.
Oh, not Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, just don't give
Oh,
hate to
really?
Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks
Oh,
is a
yeah, he
character,
got a lot of hate.
whatever.
Yeah,
He got a lot of hate, and they almost push him to suicide. And,
yeah,
we
that's toxic.
we don't agree with bullying. We do dislike characters. We do dislike actors, and obviously everything. But uh, we do not partake in bullying. We might joke about it, being dumb, but we really mean it, especially to drive someone to suicide, which is a big problem within this time. Uh, you know, within this time, recently, there's a court case going on for a little girl that took her own life. So whether you hate a character, don't bash anybody for the characters that they get paid to fucking play. Charter brings, yeah, it's an annoying character, but who fuck like he's in Clone Wars as well, and you show why his character was needed.
Mhm.
It's and the voice actor, dude, such a talented voice actor. He's done a lot. So don't watch the movies if you haven't seen it. The prequels are not the greatest, but who the fuck cares? it's Star Wars, Clone Wars.
Yeah, if
The
you enjoy, you
animated
enjoy
shows
them,
are a
right?
lot better. Yeah, just don't give hate because there's a lot of problems with the world right now. We don't need more people to kill themselves.
Nah.
Uh, so yeah, be kind to each other. All right,
To
well
be
those
honest
are
with
one and
you.
ones. Yeah, go ahead and plug yourself, Doug, and I'll plug myself.
Yeah, guys, as always, you can follow me. My personal page is the Young Jones on Instagram. But again, I hope you guys can like give support our page Midway Avenue Productions on Instagram. Like I said, TikTok is what I'm trying to like grow the fan base to get more people to watch the show. Again, TikTok is also at Midway Avenue Productions. And like I said too, please like, subscribe, um, leave us a good rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. It means the world to all of us at the show. It helps the show out a lot too with the algorithm, also the revenue. So just no revenue. We don't have ads yet, but hopefully one day we'll have ads in the sponsor. But like I said, helping us out with liking, and subscribing, and commenting is a huge help. So thank you guys for listening. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely follow us on the pages, the podcast's pages and everything. Give us a like, share with your friends, spread the word.
The word.
You guys do not follow me on Instagram because I really don't post there. I am on Twitch, twitch.tv/ the Open Rican, and if you want to do that in the search bar, search bar the website Twitch. Look up Cuban Rican. I will be streaming because there's a new game coming out called Atomic Heart. Very interesting. So I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. I don't know, around the afternoon. Uh, I'll be streaming Assassin's Creed Valhalla as well. I'm getting a bit further in that game. And then late at night, if you are insomniac like I do, we'll probably stream Apex Led Friends, so you can watch us be sweaty and dumb in that game, and also me probably right. But anyways, the close is out. Thank you for joining us for this auditory journey through our opinions and ramblings, enjoyment for movies and shows, what we think about the entertainment industry and everything that's going on with today's and past and future movies, TV shows, and movie thing that has to do with the entertainment industry. Thank you for being here. Well, that's hope to see you again, to have you listen to us and join for learning, and hopefully have more people join us on this auditory journey as well. Thank you.
See you guys next time. Later.
Deuces.